This music, not set. Hi, hello, pardon me, I'm Scott, by the way. Extremely not excited about this music situation. After using Pretzel Rocks for years, that's like supposed to be royalty-free music that is stream safe and YouTube safe. Supposed to be like no copyright, no anything. It's supposed to be all good, royalty-free, chill, whatever the music is. Like we used to be able to pick channels, and they took it away, and it's gotten only worse. And it looks like recently Songtrader acquired Pretzel. I'm not sure exactly when that happened, but it just doesn't work now. It just crashes whenever I log in. So this music is not great, but it is someone who has posted like which I'm grateful for if it's true. If it's a scam, I have to respect this scam, but it is royalty-free chill beats for Twitch. Royalty-free chill beats. Is that going to be true? Who knows? What probably is going to happen is I'm going to upload this to YouTube and immediately get a copyright claim, and this guy will get like ad rights to the video, which will be so funny that I won't even be mad. I won't even be mad at this guy. Why does it seem like my stream isn't working? It's weird. Is it working? Hello, it's me. Okay, sorry if anyone was in chat talking and missed it. If so, this song is definitely not good. I wonder if all the song is roughly this quality. It seems to be all by the same person. But you know, just needed something in a pinch. Like, Pretzel's been getting worse and worse, and I had periods where I got a ton of copyright claims even though I shouldn't have, and recently I've been getting a lot of copyright claims, and it is so tedious because you have to fight them one at a time. So if you suddenly get 20, you have to like dispute them individually and fill out an annoying form for every one of them. It's extremely obnoxious when you use a service that specifically says, hey, you won't have this problem, and then you have the problem. So I don't know, maybe we'll just deal with this mediocre music for the moment. Momentary mediocrity. So I don't really have time to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do a puzzle. So here's the thing. I was watching Skojo's stream for a bit, maybe on Saturday, whatever that was, and I saw that Skojo was working on a puzzle called Straddle by Marty Sears, and the grid was so beautiful that I just like immediately left because I wanted to go do it, so I didn't want to see it on stream. So this was the grid. Look at this beautiful grid. So I just had to do it. So I did this one, which I really enjoyed, and then I got kind of roped into this series of spot the difference puzzles, or like the difference puzzles, or spot the difference, difference, and they're all amazing. Very challenging for me at 4 stars. That one in particular. That one was a 4-star. Definitely challenging, but I made it through them and really enjoyed them. And then the thing that made me decide, like, okay, I have to stream today. Is this music too loud? I'm worried the music's too loud. I need to lower it a little more. I don't have anyone here to tell me what to do. That is literally off. Okay, I don't know. We'll try to go with that. Maybe I'll move this closer to my face. It's weird because I don't know if chat is working without being spammed by Pretzel Rocks. I feel like this is my first non-Pretzel Rocks stream in years. Anyway, the thing that I saw that made me think, okay, I have to saw what I'm doing in stream. I should be doing laundry. I have an early meeting tomorrow. I should be prepping for, but like the thing that just made it not optional was I saw this puzzle called Krop circles, and I was like, okay, sounds like Kropke dots, right? Cool. Let's see what's going on. And there are so many black Kropke dots in this puzzle that I couldn't believe it. In addition to there being corn and a sickle. But really what drew me in was the black Kropke dots, because I'm on record with black Kropke dots, just Kropke dots in general, being among my favorite constraints, because they're so simple, but they can be used in such interesting ways. They have such weird implications built into them, even though they're so simple. So we're gonna do this. I mean, just thinking about the 2-to-1 ratio of this is really interesting, because there's a 2-to-1 ratio of the value of the digit, but there are also like 4 low digits and 2 high digits. So there's a 2-to-1 ratio of high to low, and there are 2 even digits to 4 odd digits. I think that's true. So there's also a 2-to-1 ratio there. So it's really, there's like secret cool implications there. Anyway, so this went up today. Solved only 7 times. Doesn't have a rating. Difficulty was proposed as 3 stars. So we'll see. I don't really have a strong sense of if this is going to be hard or not. We need to do the thing. I don't love this music. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do about that. I mean, this makes me even less likely. I definitely was not thinking I wanted to ever pay for Pretzel, but all of the problems I've had with it lately make me even less inclined. Like maybe there was some world where I would have been like, okay, yeah, I use it every stream, maybe it's worth. But one, the fact that it doesn't do the thing that it is, supposedly designed to do, which is avoid copyright claims, and 2, the fact that it's just straight up broken. A little bit discouraging. I want to see like a cornfield, or this is what I'm doing, by the way. I was just looking for, I want like an aerial view of some cornfields or something. Tried fields. Grain. Fields did not really give me what I wanted. I want that thing where you fly over the middle of this country and everything's divided up into, you can see all the fields divided from the sky. But maybe it seems weird that no one would have done that. Maybe I just don't know what to call it. How do you spell aerial? It's embarrassing. Is there an E there? Yeah, it's aerial. Gonna skip that one. Okay, let's just do. It's hot in the world of fields. It's a little too fast. Sounds kind of cool. But the thing that I want, seems weird that it doesn't exist. Maybe I just don't know what to call it. Farm. We gotta get going. That one's kind of cool. Illinois Farms. It's not bad. Some Martian farms. Okay, maybe just go for something kind of abstract. This one is cool. Not thematically appropriate, but I don't like it. I'm just ready to get going, ready to work on this puzzle. Okay, the rules are, this music is B or B minus. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Divide the grid into 8 fields. It's pretty weird that there's going to be 8 regions, and it's the digits 1 to 8. Ugh, I have a hard time with that. That's really going to mess with me. I'm bad at like non-standard grid sizes, but okay, we'll try. So it's an 8x8 grid. We're looking for 8 regions. 8 regions of 8. That makes sense. This music is not very good. Beggars can't be choosers, but I mean, they kind of can a little bit. I'm so frustrated that Pretzel didn't work. Okay, so Black dots may not sit on a field border. That seems insane. Okay, digits joined by a black dot are 2 to 1, so that's normal. Black dots may not sit on a field border. So that almost sounds to me like any adjacent black dots are in the same field, right? Doesn't that mean these are all in the same field? Because a black dot can't sit on a field border? Like this is the blue field. And this is that's a field. I guess. Maybe that's the only place that happens. In my mind, that was going to happen in more places. Okay. A circle digit indicates how many black dots appear in its field. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know, so maybe this isn't actually the way to do this. The presumably that is gonna mean that we have these are the fields. I don't know why I put blue next to blue. This is strange twice, and orange next to orange. Let's reconsider that. Put blue over here. Sorry, yellow next to orange. And say that. So we know that's going to be yellow. Let me finish the rules here. That is pink. That's green. If I'm understanding right. Okay, black dots. How many black dots appear in the field? The digit in the yellow diamond indicates how many fields contain at least one plant. Okay. Honest, how's it going? Is it the music volume? Is it too loud? I'm using a different music service and I don't think I like it. Okay, sorry about that. How's it going? Yeah, I was just ranting about the annoying music conundrum. So maybe what I should do, there's like no finesse to this music volume. Maybe I'll have to lower it here and here. This music is not good. Is that better? Thank you for letting me know. So, okay, so this digit is just going to tell us how many fields have corn in them. And I think this is effectively a like greater than, less than with the sickle. Okay, so that's exciting. So what do we know about anything? The circle is what? The circle is how many black dots appear in the field. Reverse direction inequality symbol. Meaning the alligator goes the other way, right? Right, because it's sort of like opened towards small instead of large. I see what you mean, like kind of reversed, intuitively reversed. Okay, so I don't know if it was the right way to the right move to color those, but it helps me just think about what's going on. The thing I'm going to continually screw up, though, guaranteed, is I just very rarely do puzzles that are not 9 by 9. So I'm going to definitely mess up and forget about that. One thing, given that there are just 10 billion Krop dots in this puzzle, like for example in this column, that's on a dot, 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 that's on a dot. So this just has to be a 5-7 pair, right? Excuse me. 5 and 7 are in there somewhere. Just looking if there's anywhere else where we are. Same here, right? Dot, 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 that's in a dot, that's in a dot. So this is a 5-7 pair, I think. Row in column 8 has a dot. I think did I not count that one? I think I did. 3. Dot, 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 dot. So there's only, I mean, the point being that there's only 2 places that aren't on a dot. So that only leaves 5-7. Does this seem like reasonable logic? Oh, right. Oh my gosh. See, I already knew. Yes. In my mind, I was going backwards, counting backwards. Yeah. See, that's great. Right. I'm sorry. You're right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So yes, of course, this is 5-7 as well. That's going to mess me up just from going backwards. Think I'm going backwards from 9. So right, this is also 5-7 is what you're trying to tell me. I'm foolishly not processing it. So are any other columns that dense? At a glance, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, interesting. Skoja, how's it going? It is. So this is a new Marty Sears puzzle. So on Saturday, I saw you doing that Marty Sears straddle puzzle right as I was leaving. And to be totally honest with you, part of the reason I left as quickly as I did is as soon as I saw that grid, I knew I wanted to do it. So I did that puzzle, and I've been doing other Marty Sears puzzles, and this one was posted today, and I was just entranced by the number of dots. Row 7 isn't quite dense enough, is it? It almost is. No, you're totally right. Why can't I see this? Good grief. Dot, 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 and that is on a dot, so that's another 5-7 pair. Okay, my apologies. 8, 7, 6. I gotta get these coordinates right. Okay. We're dotted up here. So that's a 5-7 pair, which is interesting because that means these puzzles are so good. I did Marty's series of difference puzzles. So there's like, I don't remember. There's 4 of them currently, 3 of which are 4 stars, and one of them is 2 stars, which is was a little disorienting. But they're all great. So this is interesting. That means either 5 or 7 different regions. What does that mean? How many fields contain at least 1 plant? And there's 8. So we know either 1 or 3 regions don't have a plant, which is interesting knowledge. Okay. Have we exhausted our dotness? No. Another 5-7 pair, right? Surely we have now exhausted all dots, right? Or like all 5-7 leftovers. There are no 9s in this puzzle. Just say it. Say it with me. No 9s. No 9s in this puzzle. So I can see some interesting things. Like this just looks insane. And we know these are all in one region, which is also kind of cool. We don't at this moment know which region it is, but these are all in a region together, I think, and these are all in region together. So the only way this is possible, how is this possible? The only way this is possible, we can never swap regions in here. So these are all in the same region. So this is only 1, 2, 4, 8 or 1, 2, 4, 8, I think. So is that true? This is a 2-4 pair and this is a 1-8 pair. That's the only way you can have a sequence of 4 in a single region with black Kropke, I think. Okay. Pretty weird for this person. So this just has to be 3, 6. Because once you've taken 4 and 2 out, you can't have 1, 2, and you can't have 2, 4, or 4, 8. So this is just a 3, 6 pair, and so this is 1, 8, and 1 always goes with 2, and 2 always goes with 4. Somehow I feel like the lack of 9s is somehow like, I don't know why. It's making me nervous, suspicious. This is constrained as well. It's not as constrained, but it is modestly constrained. We know there's not a 3, 6. So this is just from the digits 1, 2, 4, 8. And we know that 1 and 8 can never be in the middle, because those would be extreme digits because they can only go one way. But that still, I think, lets us be like 1, 2, 4, 4, 2, 1, or 2, 4, 8, or 8, 4, 2. So and that's in some region that exists in the world. I want to get, so this is kind of interesting. Just trying to think of what we really will need to be thinking about in terms of, like, when you've got something like this, like, we know we had to place 3 and 6, but I'm just trying to decide, like, is it possible to have like 3, 6 and 3, 6, and then have a 1, 2 and a 4, 8? I think that's possible. So that is a little annoying. Although maybe that gets kind of hard here, actually. But I still guess it is possible to have like 1, 2, and then still have the, like a 4, 8, 1 or something like that. Just want to start like making some, drawing some conclusions about what can go in what region. Maybe it was not a good idea to color the, like, maybe it'd be more fruitful to color this. Actually, one thing, it's funny, does it actually say whether or not all black dots are given? There's no negative constraint, right? I don't think so. Oh, this is the lower digit, right? Sickle cuts its way into the smaller of the 2 digits. So this digit is greater than 5. Is that true? This digit is greater than 5, and it's not 7. So that digit is 6 or 8. Right. Oh, right. Gosh, we got to think about this as well. Is the number of dots. So a circle is... Circle digit indicates how many black dots appear in the field. So that's pretty interesting for this one. Like, trying to get 6 black dots in this field feels challenging. And there's a lot of black dots down here. Maybe it's not that challenging. We have 1 already. So we would need 5 more black dots. Wait, sorry. Oh, no, I'm not sure what you were referring to. In here? In column, whatever column that is? Oh, in the count of black dots. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. So, right. So we already have one here. So we either have to gain 2 more or we have to gain 5 more. And it seems very hard to gain 5 more. Probably impossible, right? Like we would have to be able to... Just trying to think what we could even reach. I tend to agree with you that this looks convenient. But there's also 5 dots right here. That's not true. No. There's 5 digits on dots. That's not true. That's only 3 dots. Good grief. There's also 1, 2, 3. There's 5 here, but that would be too many. Right, because we only have 8. It doesn't feel possible. Is there some possible way to get 6 black dots in this in only 8? I have 1, 2, I have like, with all of these gives me 4. And it's too many digits. No, there's no way. There's no way, right? Okay, let's think about it this way. 6 black dots separates 12 cells. And I only can have 8. And granted, there are some places where there are efficiencies, like here and here. But even those efficiencies are not adequate. I mean, that ends up being literally 12. So unless I'm just missing it, this is 3, 6, right? Do you agree with this? I just can't see a way that we could possibly get. You have to have 12 cells and with 4 of them like shared. And I just don't think there's a way to do that. Because there's like only 2, there's really only 2 cells in the puzzle that are, that's not true. 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 cells in the puzzle that are shared cells. Could count the number of pairs with a smaller digit within each one. Well, I mean, even aside from just, I guess, just in this puzzle period, a 6 would mean 12 cells, unless you did a lot of cell sharing. And there's only 3 opportunities in this puzzle for cell sharing, and you'd need at least 4 for this to ever be a 6. So I guess maybe we're kind of saying the same thing. Like, we could minimize. There's probably a maximum value this could ever be for any circle. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, is it possible that there could ever be 6? And are all of these 5 or below? I guess is maybe the question I'm trying to ask. Just saying, like, you could have 5 because that would be 10 cells, but we know that we have 2. We have the opportunity for shared. In theory, we have the opportunity for like shared cells. But even then, I bet it's not. But it seems like we're saying that these are never 6, 7, 8. Is that a reasonable assertion? And it doesn't seem actually realistic that they could be 5. I think it's technically possible. Like, there's 5 in here, but as soon as I added a circle, I have too many. For example, you could maybe do something like this. I guess that is a way you could technically have a 5. So yeah, it seems like So you're saying, yeah, okay. I think we are kind of saying the same thing. I'm probably just saying it in a more complicated way, right? But what I'm saying is right. 5 and 10 is technically possible in 8 because it's not. 5 and 10 is true, except for this is like these are condensed because they count twice in that total. So in this case, I can have 5 in only 8 digits because of the split personality, but there's only 3 digits in the entire puzzle that afford split personality. So even if I was somehow able to get them together, I still would never be able to have a 6. Does that statement make sense? So I guess what I'm saying is, well, one thing I'm saying is I think this is 3 and this is 6. And then I guess what I'm also saying is I don't think these are ever I don't think they're ever greater than 5. I don't know if it's useful to pencil mark that, but I don't think this can be very high. And in fact, I think it would be very hard for them to be 5. And then, yeah, going back to what you said earlier about where do we get the additional 2 and still stay within our 8-digit allotment. I mean, you could do something like that still, right? So I don't know if I'm ready to like bite things off. Oh, well, also, okay, wait. I said that these could be 5, but they can't. Like when I said this could theoretically be a 5, obviously it can't because there's a 5-7 pair. There's a 5-7 pair looking at this. There's a 5-7 pair looking at this. Maybe this could be 5. 5-7 pair looking at this. There's a 5-7 pair looking at this. This doesn't see a 5-7 pair. This sees a 5-7 pair. So maybe these two could possibly be 5, only if they could get over to here. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, you could. You have to end up with 10 cells. It's just that you have the opportunity to have some cells count twice. But the which you need exactly 2 of them, which that makes this 5 hard. But does it make it impossible? I don't know. That only got me 4. Sorry, that only got me, only 4 dots. Might be impossible to have 5 there. But I'll leave it for the moment. And then I also feel like we have, maybe we don't actually yet. Oops. I was wondering if we had any 2-4 nonsense that would see something. Excuse me. I wanted to just think of that in terms of like low versus high, because that is a kind of an interesting thing that we're going to have in this puzzle, since it's since it's only 8x8, you're going to have 4 low and 4 high. So kind of an interesting thing in a, pardon me, just in an 8x8 puzzle, we're going to have an equal number of evens and odds and an equal number of lows and highs. So that might help us allocate a little bit. There's no requirement that the circles are all different or anything, is there? I don't think there is. No, of course not. No, that would not even be possible. Not even possible. Okay, so we said this is a 3 and we have 1. We need to devour 2 more dots. But it seems like there's a number of ways to do that. It would be really cool to allocate this to someone, somewhere. So we have our 5, 7 in here. We have some of our low digits and some of our high digits. This is such a weird arrangement. This little rainbow surely makes it hard for these to be... I was about to say that makes me feel like these want to be 3s, like 3, 6. Just because they're surrounded by the other 4 crop key digits, but maybe it's still possible to have this like 4, 2, 1, 8, 1. That feels hard. Just in thinking about that in terms of like which digits are which, like this digit is this digit. So like this digit sees both 1 and 8. This digit sees both 1 and 8. And it also means that, what does it mean? It means it sees 2 or 4, but not necessarily. But this just feels very hard. But I don't know. What could this digit is this digit, right? Because it's at the opposite end of a little run. So this is not 1 or 8. And how do these digits relate? This digit, if this is 8, this is 4. And if this is 8, this is 4, this is 2. So these 2 digits are the same. So that means these 2 digits are different. These 2 digits are... This is a 2-4 pair, I think. Is that right? Because we said that these digits are the same. And that meant that these 2 digits were different. So that 1 and 8 couldn't be there. And we said that these 2 digits were different because these 2 digits are the same. So there can't be a 2 or a 4 here. Is that true? So maybe this works in more ways than I thought it would. So we can still do 3, 6, but we apparently still can do 4 here and 8 here. Only if this is a 1 and this is an 8 and this is a 1. Okay, maybe that was not that useful. I thought this was going to be more restrictive. But the 2 can still go with a 1. 3 and 3, 6, obviously. And then the 4 can go with an 8. So... Can it though? Hang on. Hang on. If I do 2, if I try to do 1, 2, then this is 8 and this is 4. But I said that's right because this would be 8, 4. And if I try to do 4, 8, then this is 1, 2. But that is right. So, okay, maybe that's actually not a thing right this minute. was also thinking about 5s and 7s over in this land, but I don't think we quite know enough about 5s and 7s in this neck of the woods. In terms of placing the missing friend. That's disappointing. That really looked like it was going to be more... oh, well, this one is seeing 3 different flavors of... this is seeing 3 different flavors of Kropke. So what does that mean? Because there's only 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8. Is that right? There's only 4 flavors of Kropke. 1 with a 2, 2 with a 4, 3 with a 6, 4 with an 8. So this has to be 4 different flavors of Kropke. And it's hard to have a 4 because 4 is involved in 2 of the flavors. So what am I saying about that? I mean, that, I don't know if I quite know enough. It feels like I know a lot though. When we were considering this, I didn't consider this at all. But we have, I don't exactly know what to do with that right now. We know these are the 6 Kropke digits, but that's not tremendously helpful because they obviously are. Sorry, this, but they're all on Kropke.dot, so of course they are. That is not a... Oh, wait, hang on, sorry. Didn't even follow through with this. That 6 or 8 means this is just definitely 3 or 4. Okay, we have a similar consideration here, right? Because this one's even weirder. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4 Kropke flavors and 1 looking. So actually, you know what I should say? That's not exactly true. There's 4 configurations of Kropke, but these could be flipped. This could be like 1, 2 and 2, 1. So that is not actually a true statement. So this is not necessarily all. This column is even weirder though. This one, just because this has even more visibility. So that is either a 3-6 or it is a 4-8. There's an easier way to do this than just pencil mark my entire life away, but maybe. I mean, these are somewhat constrained, actually, right? If we have convinced ourselves that they are never 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're only 1, 2, 3, 4, then the opposite side of the Kropke has a lot of options, but fewer options than it normally would, right? So 1 would go with 2, 2 could go with 1 or 4, 3 could go with 6, 4 could go with 8. So maybe that's not useful at all. All we get rid of is the 3. Is that true? I thought we would end up with 4. Okay, 1 could go with 2. 2 can go with 1 or 4. Right, because 2 has 2 options and 4 has 2 options. And 3 goes with 6, 4 goes with 8, always. Okay. There's probably some arrangement here that I could pay more attention to and understand. Probably. Or maybe we need to be thinking more about how we like divvy up our... Like, it is kind of interesting that these two ended up with a 5 on them, even though that just doesn't seem possible. Oh, that's a question. How many Kropke dots are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Did I do that right? $19. There's only 19. And there's 8 dots, so we're only going to average between 2 and 3 on most of these, actually. Okay. Well, what do we want to think about? I was hoping we'd end up with more clarity after some pencil marking with just like where our lows and our highs are, but that doesn't seem to be true. Or didn't like instantly beautifully come together. We got some lows there, for example. Some lows in this neighborhood, but so do I think more about Kropke penciling, or do I think more about this is either 1, 2, or it's 4, 8. There is also the whole insanity of what's going on in this weirdo over here that I haven't even thought about yet, but I kind of don't want to. It feels very unlikely that that will be a 5, and it feels very unlikely that that will be a 5, but I shan't jump to insane conclusions. I also know a lot more on this side about like our 5, 7s. We have some Western density. Like these 4 columns are all spoken for, but in the East, the density is less impressive. We have a number of rows that are spoken for. We have some rows with no information at all. I'm just trying to decide if that would help me think about 5s, but I don't know that it was. So I don't know. I'm a little bit at an impasse unless it's just to... Okay, right. Sorry. We do have to remember... We have to remember that this is a package deal of 4 that has at least 3 dots. So even though we just said that the average is like between 2 and 3, because it's 19, which is, you know, basically between 16 and 24, that whoever gets this instantly gets 3 dots. It's a package deal. So whoever grabs this is at least 3, if not 4, because it could be, this could be a 4, I think. It couldn't be. This isn't yellow. That's cool. Okay, wait a minute. Let's think about that for a second. If this was 4, right? If we're saying like, okay, this is going to get 4 dots, and I'm trying to get these 4 dots. For this to be 4, then this has to be... it has to be a digit that is a Kropke digit, right? And so if this is 4, this has to be 2 or 8. And this sequence definitely has 2 and 8 in it. So these are not yellow. Interesting. And that, I think, for the exact same reason, I think for the same reason they're not yellow or green or pink. And they're not dark blue, because dark blue only wants 3, and it already has 1, and if it somehow took those over, it would have 4. So this little sequence is not yellow or green or pink or dark blue. So as of this moment in time, it could only be light blue, which would actually work pretty nicely because it would be a 3, which is if it was 1, 2, or 4. Okay. Right. Think about it from that perspective. Whoever takes this can't be 1 or 2 or 4 because they can't be. So whoever takes this has to be. So it's also not red. Not that red could ever reach there, but this. This can't be 1, 2, or 4. We've said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the only option. So whoever takes this has to be a 3 or a 5. And that's not red because red is 1, 2, or 4. So that means that it is either orange, like swooping over here, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think orange can reach here because this is 4 digits. And it takes 5 digits just for orange to get over here, right? So orange does not happen. It would also have to be 5. So not only that, it would still be 1 short because orange can't be 3. So orange, in addition to getting across the world, that doesn't work anyway. Like by the time orange gets over here, if we go this way, orange would be forced to take those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just don't think it's possible to get to orange. So we're saying it's not any of these. So these belong either to blue with 3 digits or dark green with 3 or 5. But oh shoot. It looks like dark green could do it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As long as this was a 3, 6, as long as this was a 3, 6, and this was a 7, that actually could work, right? That would make this a 3, 6. This would be a 7. That would be a 5. So that would be the 5, 7 pair. That's annoying. So this is either dark green. I think this is either dark green or light blue, I guess is what I'm saying to you. Sad. It's a sad story. It hurts my feelings. I was really hoping to narrow that down, but at this moment, it seems like it's either blue or dark green. I think we ruled everything else out. We ruled out anybody with a dot because they were going to definitely include at least 4. That just wasn't going to work. Not that they could connect over there anyway, but I think that's true. That does seem to say that whichever one of these it is, well, I guess we don't know, because we still need digits, right? Like I would still have to find if I did this, even if I said that it was just a 3 and it took these, I would still have to find 5, 6, and 7 without taking any more dots. I don't know. Oh, that's too bad. I really thought we were going to get that. But I feel pretty confident in that. Can we, so unfortunately, we're just not going to have the same pressure with this one. Is there something we know about this sequence though? Meaning like, it's either 1, 2, 4, or 2, 4, 8, or 4, 2, 1, or 8, 4, 2, right? So there's always a 2 and a 4 in this, no matter what you do. Like, this is always going to have a 2 and a 4 in it. So whoever takes it can't have 2 or 4. There's always a 2 or a 4 in here. I think that's correct. I feel like I'm missing some very obvious thing that I should understand about crazy, like some of these crazy towers where I just know I've got to have a 3-6 somewhere in there just because there's too many digits, or there's just too many crop key pairs, so one of them has to be a 3-6. Because there's always a 2 and a 4 in here. And the only crop key pair that doesn't have 2 or 4 in it is 3-6. So part of me wants to say like, well, this could be 3-6, but it doesn't have to be. Right? It could be something like 8-4, and this could be 1-2-4, and that would still be okay. There's probably an interplay that I'm just not seeing. There's definitely an interplay I'm just not seeing. It's funny, we know something about this. This goes here. Right, so this is like 8-4 or 1-2. I mean, we know that. We know we've got 5-7 over here somewhere, but we just don't know that much about that neck of the woods. That's going to be a 3 or 5 out of the total. A 5 out of the total is kind of interesting, because that means the remainders would have to average just 2, maybe something like that. One of these has to be 3-6, right? That's just a requirement. We just know that because we have to put 3 and 6 somewhere in this column, and all that remains is crop key dots. Is there a way for us to know that? Like which is which? You would hope so, but I don't actually see it. I mean, if this isn't 3-6, then I definitely have 2 and 4 here, right? But I think I can still have like 1-2 and 4-8. No, I can't, actually. That's not true. Is that true? Like if I try to, if this is 1-2, for example, and that this isn't 3-6, then this is definitely 4-8. But then I have 2 down here, 2 crop key dots, but couldn't it be like 3-6 and 6-3 or something really annoying like that? I think it can. Because those are definitely different regions. So I think that is valid if annoying. Should I be thinking about this part of the world over here where we do know about a 6? Well, this is a little bit, yeah, like here. Okay, yeah. Here, this is not a 3-6 because the 3 is already there. So this is just 1, 2, 4, 8, right? As the only options. Because this could never be 3-6. Almost gives me... Okay, so I just want to think about that for a second. Like, that then means these can't be in the same region, I think. Because this is either 1, 2, 4... Like, 2 and 4 is always eaten up by this, we said. 2 and 4 is always in here. So, that would not leave anything... Nothing would remain for this. So, these are different regions, which is... kind of something. Wonder if I should be drawing borders instead of coloring these regions, because then I could use color to mean other things. But I do know that these are 2 separate regions. Yeah, I'm feeling like my colors were not the healthy choice here. This region, I mean, you could see it. So we have a 1, 2, 4, 8. Well, that means, I mean, these digits are 1, 2, from 1, 2, 4, and 8. So that means that this pair can't be from the 1, 2, 4, 8 set, right? Like these digits, because as soon as we put a 1, 2, 4, 8 here to have a quadruple, this is also 1, 2, 4, 8. We have too many 1, 2, 4s and 8s. Is that true? Because we have 3 digits from 1, 2, 4, and 8, and a Kropke pair that involves 1, 2, 4, 8 pairs with 1, 2, 4, 8. So that means this has to be a 3, 6 pair, I think. So this is a 3, 6 pair. And that means this is also from 1, 2, 4, or 8. And that means this is from 1, 2, 4, and 8. So that's a 1, 2, 4, 8 quadruple. So this is 3, 6 after all. And there's like a secret 3, 6 pair in here. No. There's not. There's not at all. This 3, 6 rules out 3, 6 here. So this is 4, and this is 8. And 8 is annoyingly larger than both of those digits. Gonna remove the 4 here. If we remove 4 from this side, that means this side can never be 8. When we remove 4 from this side, I think it's still okay, because it could be 1, 2 going either way, and then 3, 6 going only that way. If we remove 4 from this side, we lose 8 from this side, so it's a 3, 6 pair, or it's 1, 2 going specifically that way. No, have to have an 8. So we have our 1, 2, 4, 8. This is going to be like one of each, right? So it's going to be like something like 1, 2, 4, 8 or 8, 4, 1, 2. So this is more restrictive than it really looks like. Still don't know if this is a 3. Oh, no, we do now. Right, we do actually. Because now we know this isn't a 3-6 pair or that breaks. So this is from 1, 2, 4, 8. And didn't we say, yeah, now we have 1, 2, 4, 8 quadruple. So that means this is also a 3-6 flavor. Right? And that's a 1, 2, 4, 8, 5, 7. So you're a 3-6. So it feels possible that that could be 3-6, and then that would be 3-6, but then that couldn't be 3-6. Okay, we made some headway. I feel like I should have been paying more attention. Oh, wait. Right, oh, right. We said this is not ever 6. These are never 6. So we know the order of these, which is a little, like, slightly suspicious, but because it kind of had to be one way or the other, right? Because those were always going to be different. So that is not a 6, and if that is not a 6, that is not a 3. That is not a 3. Okay, that's exciting. We annoyingly have multiple places for 3s here and 6s there. And not very useful yet. Okay. Well, we got a lot of 3s and 6s, but that makes sense because we said it's going to like average between 2s and 3s. That means we probably have to have some 1s then, right? Because we only have a total of 19 and we already have 9 right here. With just 3 regions. So with the next, so we have 10 dots unaccounted for in 5 regions. So they would be 2 each, or there could be some 1s and 3s, I guess. But well, we already know one of them's higher than 1. So there's definitely at least one region that only has 1. I think. As I say, definitely. But yeah, definitely. Maybe definitely. This is annoying because we don't quite know what's going on in that column. Same here with the 3. That is a 1, 2. And that is a 4, 8. That seems okay. Well, this is not 3, 6. So this is also 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Sorry. Not true. It is 1, 2, 4, 8. I feel like we should know more of those. Yeah, wow, shoot, we almost do. Dang, that's annoying. No, we know. Yeah, we know. This is great. Okay, got it. This is not a 3, 6. This is a 3, 6 there. So this is 1, 2, 4, 8. So we have a 1, 2, 4, 8 quadruple. And a 5, 7 pair. So this is a 3, 6 pair. So this is a 3. And 3 always goes with the 6. So many 3s. The fact that there's so many 3s makes me suspicious. Even though I've said repeatedly that we should average between 2 and 3, it's still making me uncomfortable. I don't like this song. I'm getting more used to this music though. So we're saying that this is a 2, which always goes with a 1. So this is going to be 8, 4, 2, 1, 8, 4. That makes this a 1, 2. I really hope I didn't make a mistake. That would be a sad story. That is 1, 2. So that's 3 or 4. Which we kind of, I mean, if it's here, it's definitely 3 or 4. Oh, it's not 4. It's here, it's definitely 3. Because it could never be 4, but we still don't know if it connects to that one. Okay, but that felt like pretty big. We have a 3, 6 looking at this. So this is from 1, 2, 4, 8, and it can't be anything. Well, we just know this digit. Why don't I just do Sudoku since it's a naked single? So that's an 8 and that's a 4. So that is a 3 after all, which I kind of thought it would be. It would mean that we'd have to find a 6. Well, it needs a 6 anyway. Where's this region going to get its 6? Uh-oh. Well, the reason I say uh-oh is I think we just I think we can't do green here, right? Because this is how we said we were going to get our green, but then there's never a 6 in here. And it's the same problem coming this way. 4 and 4, but we can't have that 1, 2 there. So I think it actually is going to turn out that this can't be green and it's going to have to go there. And then we're going to have to get a 6 somewhere, which is probably going to just be here. Okay. Cool. What else? That is not a 4, so that is only a 1 or 2, but that checks out because we are expecting at least 1. Right? Wasn't there a reason why I said we were expecting at least 1, 1? I don't remember why I said that. Maybe that was only if I thought that was going to be a 5. I mean, I guess we really don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because we have 5 3s. So we've taken over 15 dots. There's only 4 dots left. Wait, that's scary. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s means we're speaking for 15 Kropke dots, and there's only 19. So there's only 4 left, but there's 3. I'm sorry, there's only 4 dots left with 3 circles to account for them. So it could be 1 and 1 and 2. Is that the only thing it could be? I also could have miscounted earlier. It's possible, but it seems like it's going to be 1, 1, 2. Well, neat. I feel like I should almost know something about 6s, but maybe I don't know about 6s very much. We've pencil marked most of our Kropke dots except for here. And we can, okay, well, this is pretty easy to see. We know we have to place 3 and 6 here. We basically have to place 1, 2, 3, and 6. So one of these has to have a 3 in it, or a 6 in it, and so that no matter what you do, this is a 3, 6 pair, and this is 1, 2 pair. Just that's the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, it is really feeling like the 6 is going to come from over here for this region. It almost has to, but I guess not quite yet. Okay, so that is definitely 1, 2. I don't know at which point I should really shift into thinking about well, okay. How about I shift into thinking about Sudoku? There's a 6 and a 6, so that is the 6 up here. Who doesn't have a 6? It really is just here, right? Is the only place to put a 6? To be fairly close with that on 3s as well, right? This 3 is here. So 6s and 3s we're good on. All other digits are lame. We rarely have any 1s. It's an embarrassment. We know a little bit about 4s and 8s, at least on that side of the puzzle. So Well, okay. Well, this is a little interesting. Ah, no, it's not. Shoot. We don't quite know about the 5-7. We're missing a 1-2-4-8 and a 5-7 here, but I don't quite know the configuration of it. We do know, actually, okay, we finally did get our 5-7 over here though. Right? Because that's just all that's left. So we did get a 5-7 pair. So we know this was never going to be a 5. It was never going to be a 5, but whatever. This can't be a 5 anyway, according to all the other math we've done, but for some reason I will leave it. So we got the 5-7 there. The 5-7, the other half of the 5-7 in this column is here or here. Oh no, did I break the puzzle? Oh no! Did I break the puzzle? Did I break the puzzle? Oh no! I broke the puzzle. Or maybe I didn't. Hang on, sorry, maybe I didn't. No, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Am I okay? I'm okay. This doesn't have to be 5. Okay, I think it's okay. I don't know. My brain slipped somehow. It is still okay. I don't know why I thought, I don't know what I thought. But I think it is still okay. I think something still doesn't look like quite right. Sorry, let me think for a second. Like where the other... That's 5-7 or the other 1-2-4-8. Same here. This is like a 5-7 and a 1-2-4-8. And this one's even weirder because 5 could be in here. I mean, these are just 1-2-5-7, I guess. Okay, so maybe the puzzle's not broken. That would have been so sad. I'm still a little confused, honestly, but maybe it's okay. I thought I had paired up 5-7s where I didn't actually have 5-7s paired up, so. Okay, what do we do? That's definitely a 1-2 pair. This one's just weird. That column looks great, looks great, looks great. This column's a mess. It's a real mess. 2, 4, 8, 5, 7 because we don't know. Yeah, gross. Gross. Eight in this column is definitely in here, and 8 only goes with 4, so this is definitely a 4-8 pair, and that means that's not a 4, so that's definitely a 1-2 pair, so that's a 1-2 pair, and that makes this not 1 or 2, so that's 4 or 8, so that could never be 1. That check out. This is like 4-8 or 5-7. So we got that 4-8 pair, the 1-2 pair, 5-7 pair. If those are all from 1-2-4-8, and then one of these is going to be from 1-2-4-8, and the other is going to be from 5-7. At some point, really have no thanks to these lyrics. I really have not been thinking hard enough about what group goes with what. I just don't think this could ever be 5. I just don't actually think it's possible anymore. In fact, look at this. That's a 1-2 pair. I think this has to be a 1 because we said, how many dots are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, Wait, did I just miscount them? I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Did I count 19 earlier? And there's actually 20? Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5. I deserve it. What do those tomatoes mean? What did I miss? Did I make a mistake? Sorry, what's going on? What's going on over here? What is this 8 for? What did I do? Is there a problem with that 8 for? Oh, that's okay. No, you're welcome to throw tomatoes. How's it going? Tawanku? I fully invite tomatoes. Hello, by the way. It's just, you know, sometimes tomatoes mean, hey, look over here. You're causing a catastrophe. So I think there's actually 20. I don't know how I counted 19. That's embarrassing. There's 20. Anyway, point is, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And then this is a 1, 2 pair. So that's another 3. 15, 16, 17, 18, basically. So this has to be a 2. Right? I think this has to be a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 15. Plus another 3 is 18. If there's 20, I mean, it's absolutely not a 5. That I'm pretty comfortable saying. So we're going to make this 5, 7. Because there's just no way that this could be a 5. And so we had only said this could be a 5 if it was going to take these, and it's just not going to do that. So I think these, I think what I'm saying now is I'm saying that these are blue, which is, I'm uncomfortable saying that, but we're going to say it anyway. And we're going to say, because we have a 3, 6 pair and a 5, 7 pair, that this is 1, 2, 4, 8. And then, oh no, tomatoes to the face. What did I do? This puzzle's pretty good. It is a bit wild, but we're getting there. Okay, we still don't have clarity on our 5, 7s, which is kind of insane. It feels like we should definitely know. It was starting to feel like I was going to need to kind of pencil mark everything before we could really draw conclusions about what goes with what region, but maybe that's just not true. And I should be thinking about that. But on the other hand, counterpoint, it feels like we're so freaking close to... Feels like we're so close to knowing. Like, there's a really weird thing with this 8. Gosh, maybe we just don't quite know it. Okay, but we can see this. Right? Whereas 8 in this column is definitely in here, and that's only going to go with a 4. So that is not a 2. So we have a, which we could have seen anyway. So we have a 1, 2 pair there. We have a 4, 8 pair there. We have 1, 2, 4, 8 insanity. We need a... No, we have our 6. We need another 1, 2, 4, 8. We need the 5, 7. So we're kind of down to just this, I guess. Feels like we could still tidy up. We're getting close. This feels like there's probably something we know about it. Like, we know the other half of the 1, 2 is in here. Oh, okay, so we know it, actually. Never mind. We know that there's not a 1 over here, because if there was a 1, it'd be a 1, 2, and that would break. So there's definitely not a 1. We know it's not a 4, 8, because that would break. So if there was an 8 over here, it would have to be with a 4, so that would break. So there's no 8. So that's a 2, 4 pair. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's nice. Okay, so we get our 1 here. We get our 2. That's very exciting. As I see the tomatoes fly. Okay, so we did ultimately have a 1, so I think we're at 18. So I think this actually is a 2, which checks out, so that is good. So this confirms our total. So our total now, the sum of these should be 20. And it is. So that accounts for all dots. So that's very good news. So what do we want to do with that information? Some part of me really wants to try to pencil mark these. I mean, this is just 157, right? And this one's more annoying. Five, 7, 4, 8. Surely we can do better than that. Maybe we can't. We probably can. We definitely know there's a 2 and a 4 in here. Yeah. Okay, this is silly. I don't know how far this actually carries, but like we know there's a 4 in here. It's just a requirement because it's either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8 going one direction or the other. And we know there's a 4 in here, so there's definitely not a 4 in here. So there's definitely not a 4 there. And I think similarly, we know there's a 2, 4 here. We also know 2 and 4 are in here. So there can never be a 4 in there. So I think that forces that to be a 4, and that forces that to be an 8. I hope that's true. That was a little fancy, a little fancier than I like to be, but we don't necessarily know there's an 8 in here because it could be 1, 2, 4. But there's definitely always a 4. We're so close to having this like very aggressively pencil marked, but these 5, 7s are still pretty ambiguous. So I think we have to start with our conquest. And first order of business of our conquest is we have to have a 6. So we have 5 digits, we need 3 more. We need a 5, 7 from somewhere, and we need a 6. And we really don't have much room to grow. Okay, sorry, I have to run for 1 second. I'll be right back. Excuse me. My apologies. I'm back. Sorry about that. Whoa, what happened to... That's not right. This is what we want. Okay, so... Okay. What I was saying was we can't grow very far. We need both a 5, 7, and we need a 6. And I was just trying to decide what 6s are possibly available to us. And is it only this 6? Like, how else could I get a 6? I can't get to this 6. I can't get to this 6 without passing through digits that are not... Uh-oh. Did my stream just break? Or was it just Twitch breaking for no reason? Hopefully it was just Twitch. I can't get to this 6. It's not going to happen because I would have to pass through digits that are not 5, 6, or 7. This 6 is already claimed. This 6 is already claimed. This 6 is already claimed. This 6 is potentially available. I could never get to this 6 without it being too many digits. This 6 is already claimed. And I could never get to this 6 without too many digits. So I think it's not very rigorous. It's not a rigorous statement, but it does feel like that can be only 6. The annoying thing is we have a couple options for 5s and 7s. So claimed means we have to divide this. You know, normal Sudoku has rows, columns, and boxes. this puzzle doesn't have boxes. We have to create our own kind of disjointed regions. So sorry, I shouldn't say disjoint. That's another kind of puzzle. These are chaos construction, I think, where it's our job to make the boxes basically. And each box has to have 1 through 6 in it. So the blue region has to have a 6 in it. And this, when I say claimed, this is already belongs to the yellow region. This already belongs to the green region. This already belongs to the pink region, purple. So they're just not available to us. So there's not very many free floating 6s. That also means, for example, that we know that this digit doesn't belong to yellow because yellow already has a 6, for example, which probably means we have to do this probably. Because we could ask the inverse question. Yeah. So they have to be orthogonally connected, where they connect on the side, not on the diagonal. So this 6 has to belong to somebody. And it's not yellow, and it's not blue, and it's not green, and it's not pink, and it's not dark. So it could belong to orange, except that's on the other side of the entire world, and it would take too many digits to get there. There's just no way we could get to orange in only 8 digits. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish at a minimum, and red's even worse. So I'm going to say that this has to be green, and the only way we're going to get to green is doing this. And we can't like do something like this and just exclude this digit, because then no one would ever be able to get to it. So I think that has to be dark green. That could be wrong. I might be a wrong person, but it seems plausible. We have to be careful about like not trapping our little friend, the yellow, in there, because that's going to have to get some digits like 1 and 2. This person still needs a 1 but can't be a 2. Okay, so that's useful actually, because this isn't dark green, because dark green already has a 2 and blue already has a 2. Any unclaimed 3s actually? 3s are a hot commodity. I think these are the only unclaimed 3s. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 and 8. So this 3 has to be orange, I think, because who else is going to adopt it if it's not orange? And this 3 has to be red, which seems very obvious. And that means this is connected by black dots, and black dots were required to... Black dots are not on a field border, so that is also red. We can only get to here through this corridor, so that has to be orange. I want to just say these are orange, but maybe they're not. Maybe orange does something crazy. Unclear. This 6... the only people that it could possibly go to, well, that's just the last 6 in the world, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the last 6 in the world, and the only person who doesn't have a 6 is orange. And I think that means this has to be orange, because we could never do this and squish it. So I think you have to be orange, which means we have to be very careful in here, because we already have 2 5 7s. So we definitely can't do this, right? Because we already have... Oh no, did I break the puzzle? We can't get another 5 7 in orange because we only have both of them. I think we could do this only if this is an 8. That's 2 4, and that would be... we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 from one of those, 6, 7 from one of those, and 8 in there. So that would only work if that was 8. So that feels like that's probably true. Not 1000% certain of that at this moment, but feels pretty. Yeah, in fact, also, sorry, there's one other very important statement about that, is that this also can only have one black dot on it. Or put another way, it has to have at least one black dot. And if we do that dance, we get exactly one black dot. That's also a good point when we think about where the 3 is going and what it's doing, because we already have our 3 black dots for 3. We have one of our 2 black dots for red. And we actually have both of our black dots for dark green as well. So we have to be conscious of that. So, well, we're just thinking about where green gets its 1. Because it needs the other half of its 5-7, but it also needs a 1. But which it can't be here because that would claim a 2. But I think it's going to take 1 out of one of those. But it could still get, its other 5-7 here if this was a 1, or 1 could be here. But I think that means green always takes this. I think green always takes this. Is that true? Skojo, okay. Skojo says orange can only go this way. And if Skojo says that's true, then that's good enough for me. I don't have the confidence. I don't have the self-confidence to make assertions like that. But if Skojo's on board, consider it done. That has implications down here, doesn't it? That if this can't be 8, that was one of our key directions, right? So we removed 8 from this, and that was one of our ideas, was that this was like 8-4-2. So this can't be 2, because 2 could only be 2-4-8. Is that right? We could still be 1-2-4. We could still be 4-2-1. We could still be 8-4-2. You think that red should live in this land? You're probably right. Let's think about what that means for... I mean, this is actually, okay, fair point on that, because this is a tricky one, because this one is at least, where does this go? So whoever takes this has to take all of this because of those borders. So whoever takes this instantly gets 2 more dots, right? And so this is definitely not red, because red is only 2. But red does need another dot. But it feels like there's possibly a world that red goes this way. I mean, there's a world where red could just do this, right? Or this. But red never takes this. Red belongs to one of our friends that is a 3 friend, I believe. I think. But, so I think you may be right, but it feels possible that it could go over here because it still needs these other digits. But it's a good thing to think about, is the fact that this can only have 2 dots within it. Oh yeah, oops, there's a 5-7 pair there. Okay, that's good news. Right, there's a 5-7 pair there, so that is just a 1. And the whole thing we were saying was 2 needed to get over here to get a 1. And so that is not a 1. And that's a 5-7 pair, so that is not a 1. So that removes another one of our options, right? Actually, it looks like we already knew this, because there was a 1-2 pair here. So I don't know why I didn't already see that. But anyway, we took away 1, so this is 4 or 8. So if it's 4, it's 4, 2, 1. And if it's 8, it's 8, 4, 2. So this is never 4 anymore. So that's a 1-2 pair, so that's 4 and that's 2. Maybe we already decided that. Can't remember. This person does not belong to orange, so it looks like it has to be dark blue. That looks like it is. Those end up 8s, and that's a 4, but that's okay because we'd already decided those were different regions. So this is 8, 4, 2, 1. That gives us a 1 and a 2 over here. The real miracle in this puzzle is I don't think I've made a grievous mistake yet. So orange is just done, right? Orange is a complete thought. Is this useful? I don't know if this is useful. I should probably make this hot pink or something I can actually see. Orange is a complete statement. Green is also a complete statement. Yeah, we got dark green done. So that kind of shines. That's well lame. We don't know which way. We don't know which way dark blue is gonna go. Yeah, so the reason we got so many 5/7s is an interesting thing. In a normal Sudoku puzzle that is 9x9, these black Kropke dots always mean that there's a 2-to-1 ratio, right? So on a normal Sudoku puzzle, that means you know that there's never a 1, a 5, or a 7 on it because they're not in a 2-to-1 ratio with anything. Since this is an 8x8 grid, there's no, we know that 5s and 7s can never go on dots. So basically the first thing we did in the puzzle was just go everywhere and look at anywhere that we knew, like in this column, we just knew that every digit was on a dot, so the remaining digits were 5/7. So kind of 5/7s all over the place was the first thing we got in the puzzle. Okay, sorry, we have a lot. I can't deal with this music. Okay, sorry, let's think about... Yes, yellow needs to fill this void, right? Because green and orange are complete, this belongs to nobody, and it clearly doesn't belong to blue, because blue's almost complete, but it has its 8. So I think that is true. This also seems to be true for 1. Has to be yellow, and that's got to get in there somewhere, so that's going to be yellow. 2, we can feel pretty confident that 2 and 4 are also yellow. This 5/7, though... These two 5/7s are annoying, right? Because they could... Well, no, actually. Because this can't... Blue can't take this digit. So blue can't get its remaining 5/7 from up here. Right? Like, I was about to say this could be either one, but blue could never get up here without passing through that 8. So I think that is yellow. So that completes yellow. Is that true? I hope it's true. Is it true? Yeah, so we got yellow all over the place. So that means that this little lonely island can't do anything. It's got to be blue because it just has to be. So, and that means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was the wrong blue. Hang on, sorry, I have to correct an important error. That was a different shade of light blue. That we still need a 5/7 here, and it's the only digit, so we can't travel for it. So this 5/7 looks like it has to be blue. And that seems to complete blue, right? Do I really have 2 shades of yellow now? Do I really? Oops. I normally set up a palette where I have a palette that I like, but for some reason I don't on this. It's that weird thing where like the cookies are different between crackingthecryptid.com and like sudokupad.com and beta.sudokupad.com. So I end up like setting up a color palette that I like in one and then not in another or whatever. I'm sure there's a reasonable way for me to deal with that problem, and I just haven't dealt with it yet. So anybody who, if pink tried to get this 8, then we would have we will have cordoned off green in a sad way. So I'm going to say this has to be 8. Sorry, green, and so that this has to be green. We are going to have kind of the same problem if I somehow decide that if this one belongs to anybody but green, it's going to be a bad time. So I think those are going to be green. The 5/7s, though, seem like a slightly different story. The 1 and the 2 are certainly pink. And we probably need to be thinking harder about these numbers, actually. So, yeah, shoot. Okay, just to make sure, this is a 3 and it has 1, 2, 3 dots. This is a 2 and it has 2 dots. This is a 1 and it has 1 dot. This is a 3 that only has 1 dot so far. Okay, so we haven't broken anything grievously yet, but I need to be on the lookout for that because this 3 needs another dot. Oh. This is dark blue. Because everybody else has a 2. It's the only 2 left in the puzzle. And it's the only unclaimed 2, I think. So this is dark blue, I think. And that will be all of the dots that dark blue is allowed. Dark blue is allowed one more. Dark blue also needs a 1. That I guess can only come here. So dark blue is almost complete. So I think all we can do is connect them this way. I don't think we can use, like, one of these 5/7s belongs to dark blue, but I think it has to be this one. And so that possibly does this. And then it turns out Tawanka was right, was all right, that this does appear to be red. Because I think these are going to have to just sneak up and be red. So looks like this is a red part of the world. That's not red. Okay, my palettes are embarrassing. So what does that mean? That means that we have to take another 5/7 and a 1. This only has 2 dots in it, so that seems okay. So I don't think I've destroyed the puzzle just yet. It means I'm wondering if we haven't really had to use this yet, actually. I wonder if, like, we're going to be able to do this without. So we know this is pink, certainly. Uh-oh, did I cause an error? Wait, what did I do? Did I break something? Oh, I missed part of the line. Get this terrible music out of here. Okay, well, I was hoping that we wouldn't be able to color these, but maybe we will be able to. I was hoping we would need this, like, silly crop designation to color the last. We know this is pink. Oops. And we know that pink has to get out. Oh, that's what's going to finally disambiguate the 5/7s. Oh, I see. That's cute. Okay. So we'll finish our boxes. I see. That's what that's for. I thought it was going to disambiguate this. I was expecting us to have to, like, count the crops. In other words, I was expecting to have to count it the other way. But so the way we're going to disambiguate this is count the number of regions that have crops in them. Are we having a premature tomato celebration? So how do we want to do that? So that's the number of digits. What was it? How many fields contain at least one plant? So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. So that 7 should untangle the rest of the puzzle, I hope. Wow, what a good puzzle. Wow, what an interesting interplay. I have to say, I normally like stay away from like non 9x9 grids. Probably, thanks, Skojo. Like to a fault. I shouldn't. It's not that I have something against non 9x9 grids. It's just that I make mistakes all the time because I forget that there's no nines or whatever. I miscount the columns or whatever. It's just because I constantly make mistakes. But this puzzle was actually, maybe it's because of the Kropke dots. It became very easy just to think in terms of 5, 7, 6, 3, and 1, 2, 4, 8, where it was not much of a concern. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, really lovely puzzle. I really like it. I wonder if it's got a difficulty rating yet. Let's see. Still relatively few solves, like surprisingly few. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Oops. Wait, what happened? So, column 3, reading downwards. That's not what I meant to do at all. Was that all? Difficulty was... It actually wasn't crazy. I don't feel like there was anything that I had to do that was crazy. There were a lot of rules to keep in my mind. Like there was definitely a lot of like, you know, dealing with a lot of overlapping constraints, but I feel like, I'll just say average, but I will say it was very nice. It really was a lovely puzzle. Yeah, super good. Look at all those Kropke dots. It's outrageous. I wonder what the most number of Kropke dots. I'm sure there's some like equation you could come up with, like the most possible. But I'm just curious, like what's the highest number of Kropke dots that's in a good puzzle? So I really enjoyed that. I don't do a ton of chaos construction period either, but I was just lured in by the Kropkes. I couldn't resist. Okay, I unfortunately only really have time for one puzzle today. So everyone who stopped by, I really appreciate it. Onus Q, I appreciate you stopping by. Skojo, always a pleasure. And to Wonku, if I'm saying it correctly, I appreciate you hanging out for a while. That was great. So, yeah, thank you. I want to get, I just need to find a good cadence of like making things and streaming. Oh, Twonko, thanks for joining the Discord. So I was just gonna show, like, you know, I haven't been streaming it very much because I don't stream from the shop, but I got to finish up this thing. So this is the enclosure that it was based on the whatever it was. I don't even know. I'm bad at. I don't even know how to use my own Discord. The show and tell. Gone. It's all gone. Anyway, I want to finish that project, and I really want to make an effort in the coming weeks to like finish the 200 projects, and by weeks I mean months, the 200 unfinished projects I have. But I will try to find some time for Sudoku as well. Okay, thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. First I'll switch here, and then I'll say goodbye. Okay, goodbye.